So let us start today's class. So what was the last verse that we have done?
30, Prabhuji.
30. Thank you. 30. 30. We did this Daitya Prahlad. I think we did this also. No, Rama, we didn't do this. Okay, fine. We
Yes,
stopped at Prahlad.
Ganges.
We did this, no? Ganges, we did this Akara and okay, maybe logicians. Maybe we stopped here. I think 32 is where I stopped. I think. No, I think we did this also. Among women, I did this Sama Veda also. We did Bruhat Sama, gambling, adventure, and the strength of the strong.
Then
Okay.
probably it's not updated, Prabhuji. I just checked your lectures.
Okay, maybe I'm not have put the last lecture. Okay.
Yes, no problem, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start from here. I am also the gambling of the cheats, and of the splendid I am the splendor. I am the victory. I am the adventure. I am the strength of the strong. Nice. द्यूतं चलयताम् अस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनाम् अहं जयोस्मि व्यवसायोस्मि सत्वं सत्वतामाम् अहं सत्ववताम् अहं द्यूतं gambling chalayataam of all cheats asmi I am tejaha the splendor tejasvinam of everything splendid aham I am jayaha victory asmi I am vyavasayaha enterprise or adventure asmi I am Sattvam, the strength, Sattvavatam of the strong, aham, I am. Very interesting. Krishna is saying, I am also the gambling of cheats. And so, among all the cheating, there are different types of cheating. The biggest type of cheating is gambling, isn't it? So, the way gambling works is, first, there is some stake that you put and it appears as if you're winning. Okay, you put, let us say, 100 rupees, you'll get 500 rupees back, 1,000 rupees back. And then there's a sudden surge of the greed and people will put 10,000 rupees and they will lose 10,000. So ultimately, I mean, you'll not know when to stop. So that's what happened with the gambling match of Kurukshetra, right? The infamous Asat Sabha. What happened was Duryodhana asked Dharmaraj, right, Yudhishthir Maharaj, to come for a gambling match. And Dhritarashtra, this Yudhishthir Maharaj didn't want to disappoint Duryodhana. And it is a religious principle, actually. Kshatriya should never say no when called for a fight, when called for gambling. He is never supposed to say no as per the religious principles given in the Shastras. So he had to agree, and then that gambling match went on and on. And Shakuni did some kind of cheating. Okay, there are different folk stories around it, but somehow he cheated and he first took away everything that Yudhishthir Maharaj has, the kingdom, and then one by one the brothers, and then even Draupadi. So at that point of time, now the question was, how can you put me as a object of gambling, was the question that Draupadi asks. Okay, but nobody was able to answer that question. And somehow, and then finally Dhritarashtra says, okay, give them back everything. And again they play the match. Again they will play. Again Duryodhana will challenge. And again they will do it. It becomes very messy kind of a scenario there. Okay. Finally, Krishna is saying, I am that gambling. So what do we understand from this? That, whatever has happened in that Asat Sabha also, that Pandavas have to lose and everything, all of that is everything is in Krishna's plan only. I mean, pleasant or unpleasant is Krishna's plan. Okay. And he's saying, I am the gambling of cheats. So he's a cheat for the cheating. Okay. And this of the splendid, I am the splendor. Okay. Anything which is splendid, which is tejas vinam aham. Anything tejas vinam, which has tejas, which has a splendor. Anything splendid that you see, the most splendid thing is Krishna. Jayoham vyavasayosmi. Krishna is victory. Every time, why do we watch sports? Tell me. It is that happiness that we get when we see one side winning, isn't it? If there was no competition like victory or loss, would we watch any sport? Tell me. We would not, right? That victory is the moment that gives us some kind of happiness or something, right? So Krishna is saying, I'm victory, very important. So Krishna is victory. God is victory. So I'm adventure. Vyavasayosmi. Vyavasaya means two meanings there are. Vyavasaya can also mean enterprise. Okay, Vyavasaya means enterprise. Vyavasaya means business. So any business, any huge business, if you see huge enterprise, when you see, or adventure, when you see, it's Krishna only. Sattvam sattvatam asmi. Sattvam sattvatam asmi. I am the strength of the strong. All the strongest, all the strength of the strongest people is Krishna. Right? So we know Krishna fought with Chanur and Mushtik. Chanur and Mushtika were the strongest wrestlers. But obviously there is no match for Krishna. He's the strongest person. He's the strength of the strong. Okay, so there's no way Chanur and Mushtika are going to, or the Kuvalaya Pida elephant. There's a huge elephant, okay, which challenged Krishna and Balaram in the Mathura, which was appointed by Kamsa Maharaj. Okay, they were all killed. And then let's go to the next verse. Anybody wants to read this, please? Please read. Yeah, please go ahead and read. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Should I read the verse also, Prabhuji?
Yeah, verse, synonyms and translation.
Srimad Bhag, okay. Vrishninam vasudevosmi Pandavanam dhananjaya Muninamapi aham Vyasa kavinam ushna kavihi. Synonyms: Vrishinam, of the descendants of Vrishni, Vasudeva, Krishna in Dwaraka, Asmi, I am, Pandavanam, of the Pandavas, Dhananjaya, Arjuna, Muninam, of the sages, Api, also, Aham, I am, Vyasa, the compiler of all Vedic literature, Kavinam, of all great thinkers, Ushana, Kavi, the thinker. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among great thinkers, I am Ushana. Should I read the purport, Prabhuji?
Yes, go ahead.
The purport: Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Baladeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. Both Lord Krishna and Baladeva appeared as sons of Vasudeva, so both of them may be called Vasudeva. From another point of view, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavana, all the forms of Krishna that appear elsewhere are his expansions. Vasudeva is Krishna's immediate expansion, so Vasudeva is not different from Krishna. It is to be understood that the Vasudeva referred to in this verse of Bhagavad Gita is Baladeva or Balarama, because he is the original source of all incarnations, and thus he is the sole source of Vasudeva. The immediate expansions of the Lord are called Swamsha, personal expansions, and there are also expansions called Vibhinnamsha, separated expansions. Amongst the son of Pandu, Arjuna is famous as Dhananjaya. He is the best of men and therefore represents Krishna. Among the Munis of learned men conversant in Vedic knowledge, Vyasa is the greatest because he explained Vedic knowledge in many different ways for the understanding of the common mass of people in this age of Kali. And Vyasa is also known as an incarnation of Krishna. Therefore, Vyasa also represents Krishna. Kavis are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. Among the Kavis, Ushana, Shukracharya was a spiritual master of the demons. He was an extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. Thus, Shukracharya is another representative of the opulence of Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. This is now very interesting because Krishna is saying among the Vrishni Nam, Vrishni means it's a dynasty, Vrishni dynasty. Among Vrishni Nam, Vasudevosmi. So he's referring to himself. Vasudeva is Krishna. Among the Vrishnis, I am Krishna. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. So Dhananjaya means somebody who has won the wealth. Okay, so actually what happened was There was a time when Yudhishthir Maharaj wanted to do 3 Ashwamedha Yajnas after winning the Kurukshetra war, but he didn't have any money, obviously, because they didn't have any money after coming back from the Ajnatavas. But still, they somehow collected friends and they fought the war. But afterwards, they needed money for performing the Ashwamedha Yajna. So Krishna instructs Arjuna to go to one place where there was a king who used to perform a lot of fire sacrifices. And after performing fire sacrifices, he used to give a lot of donations to the Brahmanas who came to the fire sacrifice. This is long back. And he used to give so much of gold to the Brahmanas who used to come there, that they used to just keep it there and go. I mean, they cannot carry it. Imagine, if you were given some 1,000 kilos of gold, a simple Brahmana is coming and he's satisfied. He says, okay, 1 bar is enough, and he'll take a little bit and he'll leave. This is enough for me. Thank you. Satisfied, right? Not taking the whole thing. So like that, people left so much of gold there. Okay, so Arjuna had to go there, find out what that place was, and bring all the wealth. Okay, so that's how he brought the wealth for which was necessary. So that was just lying there. Okay, but I don't know the address where it is. Okay, so Arjuna went there and he brought all the gold, and they were able to do the fire sacrifice. That's why it's called Dhananjaya. Muninam api aham Vyasaha. Vyasa is very special for us. We call it as Vyasa Puja. We call it Vyasasana. Right? We say Vyasa is our spiritual master. Vyasa is the compiler of all the Vedic literature, right? Bhagavatam is written by Vyasdev. Vedanta Sutras, the topmost spiritual knowledge written by Vyasdev. Mahabharata written by Vyasdev. Vedas compiled by Vyasdev. 18 Puranas written by Vyasdev. So Vyasdev is incarnation of Krishna. So he is the representative of Krishna. Okay, some technical points here. It is said that Vasudeva means expansion. And it is Krishna's immediate expansion is Vasudeva. Therefore, it is not different from Krishna. And also it is said, in this verse, Vasudeva is referring to Balaram. Why? Because Balaram is the source of all the incarnations, including Mahavishnu. Therefore, he is a Swamsha, is Vasudeva. Here it refers to Balaram. That's what it basically means. Otherwise, Balaram can actually mean Krishna and Balaram both. Vasudeva can mean Krishna and Balaram both, because son of Vasudeva. Son of Vasudeva is Krishna or Balaram. Is it? Both of them are sons of Vasudeva only. Okay, so let's go to the next one. And the Shukracharya, Kavis. Okay, those people who are able to, capable of thinking thoroughly in any subject matter. Shukracharya, spiritual master of the demons, who has the Sanjeevani Vidya, Vrita Sanjeevani Vidya he has got. He can make people alive after death. And he has so many strategies to defeat the demigods, the Devatas. So he's always guiding the demons to win, and so he's a strategist, but he's a representative of Krishna. We see one pastime of Shukracharya. Okay, what is the Shukracharya pastime that you can remember from Srimad Bhagavatam, devotees? Which pastime was Srimad Bhagavatam Shukracharya was involved?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
In
Prabhuji,
Vamana,
Bali Maharaj pastime.
Bali Maharaj pastime.
He discouraged Bali Maharaj to donate the 3 steps because he very well knew that Vamana was not a small Brahmin boy.
Right. He knew very well that it was the Brahmana was none other than Vishnu. So from a material point of view, he gave a advice. Generally, Shukracharya, Shukra means semen. So Shukracharya means he's not a real spiritual master, okay? Because he is not giving the correct advice. His advice was supposed to have been to surrender to Krishna, right? But he's giving it from a pure material point of view. If you remember, even Prahlad Maharaj story also, the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj, they were Sanda and Amarka. The Sanda and Amarka how are they related with Shukracharya?
They are the sons of.
They were sons of Shukracharya. That means it's Shukracharya University. So in the University of Shukracharya, the syllabus is no God, no Krishna. That is the syllabus. Now tell me, our universities and our boards, are they all Shukracharya universities or they are Brihaspati universities right now? Whatever Sanda and Amarka taught. Sanda and Amarka, they taught the materialistic parts of the Vedas. dharmartha kama, but not moksha. Dharmartha kama. And especially those parts of the Vedas which are meant for dominating over each other. The Rajas, Tamo, Guna parts. Not the Shuddha Sattva parts. Okay, so it's all about politics. That's called Yuddha Niti, Rana Niti, Yuddha Niti, or Raja Niti. You know how the kings are supposed to be making friendship and it's called strategic friendships. Do you understand what's the meaning of strategic friendship? Right? Strategic friendship means generally we don't make strategic friendships, do we? So if we see somebody, we somehow get in touch with them, we become their friends. But the kings, they have strategic friendships. So if Sri Lanka is going to become friend of India, okay, how can we counter China? Something like that. It's always that. That's always. So if we become friend of Russia, how can we counter USA? This is called strategic friendship, you see. So the politics, Rajaniti, is all about this. So this was what Sanda and Amarka were teaching. Nothing about God, nothing about the Navavida Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. It was more about the strategic friendships and enmities and Samadana, Beda, Danda. How to influence power, okay, to suppress and exploit the weak and stay in power. All of that is Shukracharya University. Okay. How many of you want to be studying in Shukracharya University? Okay. So, but unfortunately, today's reality is that, all of our universities are more or less, they're affiliated to this Shukracharya only. Because nowhere we are talking about the science of soul, the real knowledge of Adhyatma Vidya, Vedanta Sutras, the basic fundamental identity that we are the soul and we are servants of God. This is completely forgotten. There's no textbook which begins saying that the gravitational pull of the earth is God, right? I think many years ago there used to be probably, but there's nothing like that. Now we say Newton discovered gravity, but Newton discovered gravity. He did not create gravity. Because Krishna is saying, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Sambhavami. Krishna is saying, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani. All the planets are in the orbit because of Krishna's energy. Okay, the Gurutva Karshana Shakti, right? So it's called the gravitational force. Gravity is because of Krishna. It's because of God. Okay, that we fail to realize that, right? All right, so let's go to the next one. Dando damayatam asmi, nitir asmi, jigi satam, maunam chaivasmi, guhyanam, jnanam, jnanavatam aham. Danda, punishment, damayatam, of all means of suppression, asmi, I am. Niti, morality, asmi, I am. Jigi satam, of all those who seek victory, maunam, silence, cha, eva, asmi, I am. Guhyanam, of secrets, jnanam, knowledge, jnanavatam, device, aham. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Above all the means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment. And of all those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence. Of the wise, I am the wisdom. Now, this process of suppressing the agents, let us see this. There are many processes of purport. There are many suppressing agents, of which the most important are those who cut down the miscreants. When miscreants are punished, the agency of chastisement represents Krishna. Among those who are trying to be victorious in some field of activity, the most victorious element is morality. Among the confidential activities of hearing, thinking, and meditating, silence is the most prominent, because by silence one can make progress very quickly. The wise man is he who can discriminate between matter and spirit, between God's superior and inferior nature. Such knowledge is Krishna himself. Okay, very nice. So you see, we have different punishments, for the, which the king has created, or the government has, right? The penalties, the punishments, and the whatever we get, policy violations, we have to pay to the government, all of this. These punishments are meant for suppressing lawlessness. I mean, why do traffic police give a challan? Because so that people do not drink and drive, so that people do not jump the signals and cause danger to others. Because there are miscreants who want to break the rules. Okay, they're causing harm for others because of going in the wrong side of the road, not following the rules, stopping in the middle of the road, all of this, right? So Krishna is saying, among suppressing this lawless people, I am the punishment, danda. So the punishment is meant for cutting down the miscreants. That agency of chastisement represents Krishna, because Krishna is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. So that aspect of Krishna is being into action. And of those who seek victory and morality, okay, morality is the most important thing. The most victorious element is morality. In Kali Yuga, we don't stress too much on morality, but we stress more on victory. I mean, somehow you win by hook or crook. We say by hook or crook. That's not the right way of thinking. Okay, Yudhishthira Maharaj was never doing that way, by hook or crook, right? It is only by morality that Lord Ramachandra used to conduct himself. It was only by morality that Dharmaraj used to conduct himself. So Lord Krishna and his devotees are sticklers of morality. Okay. So that's very important. Of secrets, things, I am silence. There can be many secrets, but the most confidential secret is the silence. Right? So you can be different. There can be so many different kinds of meditation, etc., etc. If you can remain silent for some time, mauna, it's called. Some people do mauna vrata. That's one way of penance. Okay, people just remain silent because every day we are speaking so much. We want to give rest to our tongue also, right? And the wise man, it says, of the secret of the wise, I am the wisdom. Jnanam jnanavatam chaha. What is jnana? The ultimate knowledge is to be able to discriminate between matter and spirit, atma and anatma. Atma is the living substance within the body, sharira, and anatma is the sharirinaha, or the person in which the soul is indwelling. We have to discriminate. This discrimination, and also between superior energy of the Lord and inferior nature. Material nature is the inferior nature, external nature of the Lord. Superior nature of the Lord is the Atma, Jiva Shakti. Or you can say superior energy is the internal energy. External energy is the inferior energy. Maya Shakti and Bhakti Shakti. So we should be able to discriminate between what is Bhakti, what is Maya, what is a devotee and what is a non-devotee. Okay, this knowledge is Krishna himself. This discrimination is necessary discrimination. Okay, we should not confuse this, because Krishna says, look at everything as the same. He says, a wise man sees a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, a brahmana, and the king on the same platform. But that does not mean that we cannot discriminate between matter and spirit. That's not the meaning of it. We should be able to we should be having this discrimination. What is Maya? What is Krishna? What is Krishna consciousness? We should know who is a devotee, who is not. We should be having some discrimination. Okay, this discrimination is necessary discrimination, and that discrimination, that knowledge is Krishna himself. Let's go to the next verse. Anybody wants to read this?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Text 39. Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tad aham arjuna na tad asti vina yatsyan maya bhutam characharam. Synonyms also?
Yeah.
Yet, whatever, cha also, api may be, sarva bhutanam of all creations, bijam seed, tat that, aham I am, Arjuna, O Arjuna, na not, tat that, asti there is, vina without, yet which, syat exists, maya me, bhutam created being, characharam moving and unmoving. Translation. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Purport also.
Purport also, yeah. Perfect. Everything has a cause, and that cause or seed of manifestation is Krishna. Without Krishna's energy, nothing can exist. Therefore, he is called omnipotent. Without his potency, neither the movable nor the immovable can exist. Whatever existence is not founded on the energy of Krishna is called Maya, that which is not. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. This is a very powerful analogy. Just think about it. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. Krishna is saying, yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tat aham Arjuna. For all the creation, sarvabhutanam here means of all the creation that you can think of. Okay, anything in this universe, not only this universe, but any universe that you can think of. Krishna is saying, bija, seed. Now imagine a huge banyan tree, okay, which you see. Now, where did it all begin? That banyan tree, tell me. It started with that small seed, isn't it? You know, everything is packed inside that small banyan tree seed. Everything is it started from there. So it's a seed. So this is the best way to understand who is Krishna. I think this line defines Krishna very properly. You know, there are so many great personalities like the Saptarishis. We have the 4 Kumaras. We have 33 crore demigods. We have the Trimurtis, you know, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu. And we have so many great personalities, okay? Ultimately, if you think all of this like a big tree, the seed of this tree of material existence is Krishna. This is the something which we have to digest. So everything starts from him, right? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. This is the meaning. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha means I am the origin of everything. He is the origin of everything. Name vidu suraganaha prabhavanti. Krishna is saying even the demigods and the great sages, they do not know because I am their very origin. Nobody knows Krishna. Nobody can know Krishna because it's a seed. How can the tree know about the seed? The tree cannot know about its seed. Okay, the seed is the original potency from where everything came. Now in that way, we can think that, yeah, there was a seed, Krishna, but today we don't have that seed. We see only the tree, isn't it? If I show you a tree and I ask you where is the seed, will you be able to locate that seed from which the tree came? Yes? No?
Yes, Prabhuji.
How will you show that?
No,
No.
Prabhuji.
No.
It's gone. Mango, I'll say I give you a mango seed, okay? From this, a big mango tree has come. Now, if I ask you where is the seed, you will say that seed transformed into the tree, isn't it? The
Yes,
seed
Prabhuji.
expanded into the tree. There's no seed anymore. But that logic, we should not apply it wrongly here. I'm trying to say, don't think now that because Krishna is the seed, now we agree that Krishna is the seed of material creation. Oh, so there's no more seed now. It's only the universe. Krishna has expanded into the universe like a popcorn. You see? How does popcorn pop? You see, you put one corn, it just becomes pop. And then there is no seed. You won't be able to get back the previous thing because it's transformed into a popcorn, right? It's not like that. Even though he is the seed, he is still the seed. Eternally, he doesn't change. Just because the universe has come, one universe has come, he is still the seed. Just like a tree is giving so many fruits, and it doesn't matter, okay? It may give so as many fruits as possible, but the tree will remain the same tree. Doesn't matter. Is this clear? Is this clear? And another important point, there is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. Everything is dependent on Krishna's energy. So whatever existence is founded on the energy of Krishna is called Maya, that which is not. Whatever is existence is not founded on the energy of Krishna is called Maya. That is which is not. Okay. So Maya, meaning is Maya. Ma means not. Maya, which is not. That which is not. That which is not coming from Krishna's internal energy is Maya. Okay, very important points and deep points to carry home. Next one. नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप येष तुद्देशतः प्रोक्तो विभूतेर्विस्तरो मया. Synonyms. No, nor anta, a limit. Asti, there is. Mama, my divyanam, of the divine. Vibhutinam, opulences. Parantapa, O conqueror of the enemies. Eshaha, all this too, but uddeshataha, as examples. Proktaha, spoken. Vibhutehe, of the opulences. Vistaraha, expands. Maya, by me. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. Purport. As stated in the Vedic literature, although the opulences and energy of Supreme are understood in various ways, there is no limit to such opulences. Therefore, not all opulences and energies can be explained. Simply a few examples are described to Arjuna to pacify his inquisitiveness. So now we should not be thinking of this like, oh, this is an exhaustive list of the opulences of Krishna. No, Krishna has already explained that this is not an exhaustive list. So when Krishna is about to start, he said the same thing. Krishna said, please, Arjuna asked, please tell me your divine opulences. Then he asked, how can I constantly think of you? In what forms are you to be remembered? Please describe to me in detail. Then Krishna said, I will tell you all my splendorous manifestations, but only those which are prominent, because my opulence is limitless. And then he started to list all of this. And as a conclusion, when he's concluding, it is again, he's saying, reminding Arjuna that this is only an example. It's just a sample. It's just a mere indication. It's just a mere indication of my infinite opulences. This is not all in all. It's not that, 10th chapter, these verses are, completely telling the opulence of Krishna and finished. This is the opulence of Krishna. It's so small. No. So here it is said, Uddeshataha, as examples, proktaha, vibhute. As examples, Krishna has just said this, just as a sample, just to tell, okay, Krishna is the best. So whatever superlative degree is there in the universe, superlative degree is Krishna. Good, better, best. So strong, stronger, strongest. Okay, beauty, more beautiful, most beautiful. Right? Intelligent, very intelligent, most intelligent. Anything. Okay, cheating, very cheating, too much, the most cheating. Everything, anything in superlative degree is Krishna. So there is nothing beyond the superlative degree, or there is nothing equal to superlative degree. Superlative itself is superlative. There's no comparison to superlative degree. Are you understanding this? This is God. Okay, God means He is the most everything. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam srimat urjitam evava tadat evava gachatvam mama tejom sa sambhavam. Okay, anybody would like to read this verse? I'm saying I'm saying translation. Yeah, please go ahead.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam srimad urjitam evava tad evava gachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. Synonyms: yat whatever, vibhuti opulence, mat having, sattvam existence, shrimat beautiful, urjitam glorious, eva certainly, va or tat all those, eva certainly, avagacha must know, tvam you, mama my, tejaha of the splendor, amsha a part, sambhavam born of. Translation: know that all opulent, beautiful and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. Purport: any glorious or beautiful existence should be understood to be but a fragmental manifestation of Krishna's opulence, whether it be in the spiritual or material world. Anything extraordinarily opulent should be considered to represent Krishna's opulence. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So Krishna is saying anything which is opulent, beautiful, glorious, everything comes from the spark of the splendor of Krishna. So it's a spark. What is that spark? Paramatma. Paramatma is that spark. Krishna is Bhagavan, and his spark, his expansion as a spark is the Paramatma, which is present in the universe. And from that spark, all this glory has come from the Paramatma. But we should not be mistaken. A lot of times people refer to Krishna as Paramatma. Krishna Paramatma, they say. Technically, it is slightly faulty to say that. Okay, Krishna is Bhagavan. Of course, he's Paramatma also. I'm not saying he's not Paramatma. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And Krishna's localized expansion is Paramatma. So that Paramatma is a spark of the splendor of Krishna. Now, here is a quick exercise for all of you. Can you list the top 3 most opulent creations that you have ever seen on this earth in your lifetime? Can you list 3 topmost beautiful objects or people that you have seen in this world? Can you think of 3 most glorious things that you have ever witnessed in your life? Think about it, take a paper and pen and write it or mentally note it. Okay? Just give you a couple of seconds to think about it. So what comes to your mind? You can share it if you want to share. What is the most beautiful object that you have ever seen in this world? What is the most glorious construction or monument or scenery? What you have seen in your life?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The
Hare
nature,
Yeah, nature, yeah.
human beings, or living beings.
Living beings, human beings, yeah, some scenery. You might have seen some beautiful scenery somewhere, either in India or outside India, right? Some beautiful scenery. You would have seen some beautiful people.
The nature nobody had created.
Yeah.
Some temple architectures also, Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
Some things like it's not believable. It's been carved by man.
Yes. So finally, the point is like, for example, like let's say, people come to India and they come to watch, we call it the 7th wonder, right? So what's the wonder that people, come to watch in India?
Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal. Yeah, a lot of people, foreigners come and they want to see. It's very beautiful. I mean, it's a tomb, I agree, but after all, it's beautiful. I mean, we cannot deny that it's not beautiful, isn't it? So it's an example. So when people out of India think about India, the first thing that comes to their mind is Taj Mahal because it's very beautiful. Okay. So anything which is very, very beautiful, okay, anything which is very beautiful, beautiful sceneries of India, beautiful monuments of India, or for that matter, anything in the world, okay, anywhere in the world, if you see a beautiful scenery or a person or anything, okay, you should remember Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the Saundarya Rasi. He's the source of the beauty. He's the source of the opulence. And it's not even directly from Krishna. It's only Krishna's spark. Okay, one spark is so beautiful. A small spark is so beautiful. Then how beautiful is Krishna? It is unimaginable. How beautiful is Krishna?
Prabhuji, my realization is anything and everything created by Krishna is beautiful because I see Krishna in that.
Yeah, when you can see Krishna in that, it becomes very beautiful. Yes, Mats.
And no comparison as far as beauty or anything that is material. We should not compare because Krishna has, it is Krishna's energy, and we should love it, whatever it may be, whether
Right.
it is a hog or whether it is anything.
Right.
Probably, I'm taking it like that.
Yes. That's right. Yes, Matri. Anybody else? So generally we know the beauty industry, right? So what is this beauty industry? So we saw beauty is fleeting, but the industry of beauty is eternal, isn't it? It's been going on for such a long time. So there is this, obviously we cannot deny it, isn't it? People like to see something beautiful, isn't it? When given a choice of having a house in a beautiful locality versus ugly locality, we will always choose beautiful locality, isn't it? So like that. But what we have to realize here is the source of all this beauty is Krishna. Right? All the beautiful things, all the most opulent things. There's nobody who can match Krishna's beauty. It's so beautiful. Athava bahunaitena na. Okay. Athava bahunaitena kim yatena tavarjuna vishtabhyam idam kritsnam ekamsena stito jagat. Athava or bahuna many etena by this kind kim what nyatena by knowing tava your Arjuna o Arjuna vishtabhya pervading I idam this kritsnam entire eka by one amshena part stitaha I am situated jagat universe. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all of this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade the support and support this entire universe. Anybody wants to read the purport?
May I, Prabhu?
Yeah, please go ahead.
The Supreme Lord is represented throughout the entire material universes by his entering into all things as the Super Soul. The Lord here tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in their separate opulence and grandeur. He should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's entering them as a Super Soul. From Brahma, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest ant, all are existing because the Lord has entered each and all and is sustaining them. There is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigod will lead one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the Supreme Goal. But worship of demigods is thoroughly discouraged herein because even the greatest demigods like Brahma and Shiva represent only part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. He is the origin of every born, and no one is greater than him. He is Ashamardva, which means that no one is superior to him and that no one is equal to him. In the Padma Purana, it is said that one who considers the Supreme Lord Krishna in the same category with demigods, be they even Brahma or Shiva, become at once an atheist. If, however, one thoroughly studies the different descriptions of the opulence and expansion of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Sri Krishna and can fix his mind in the worship of Krishna without deviation. The Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representation, the super soul who enters into everything that is pure devotees. Therefore, concentrate their minds in Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in the transcendental position. Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verses 8 through 11. That is a way of pure devotional service. How can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana, a great acharya in disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes his commentary on this chapter by saying, Ich Chakti Leshat Suryadya Bhavanti Ati Ugra Tejasaha Yad Amshena Dhritam Vishwam Sa Krishno Dosham dosham
Dashami archate.
dashamirchate. From Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power, and by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is worshipable. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports in the 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the opulence of the Absolute. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Dharanand. Thank you, Mataji. See, the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, please worship Krishna, who is your dear friend, who is your dear father, okay, who is your, dear everything to you. Okay, you've forgotten Krishna, please worship him. And a lot of times, as a mission, started by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a philosophy, ISKCON devotees also stress a lot about, only surrendering to Krishna, only worshipping Krishna. We say, Krishna is the only worshipable object in the universe. Actually, what happens is when we say this kind of sentences, it sounds little sectarian for a lot of people, okay? And people often misunderstand ISKCON devotees. Why are they being so sectarian? Why are they being so exclusive? The reason is this 10th chapter. Okay, you can see everything here. Okay, this purport is very clear explanation of all of that. What we are trying to say is, please focus all your energy on the seed of the creation. Okay, you are now diffusing your energy of bhakti by worshipping an expansion of Krishna. The demigods or the rishis or some sages or saintly people, or your manager or your boss or your family. No. Take it to the root, okay? Go back to the root. Go back to the seed, the origin of everything. Can you please focus all your energy, all your love, all your everything for that seed of the universe, seed of the creation, that Adi Deva, that will do the highest benefit for you, because that Supreme Lord will, that consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. To go to the origin is Krishna consciousness. That will purify you, and no other consciousness is matching that Krishna consciousness. But unfortunately, what happens is a common man is often thinking that any temple is the same, any God is the same, like that. That is ignorance. That is because of not reading Bhagavad Gita. That's all. It is ignorance. Right? So just like for a common person, even if there is an MLA also, he is same as Prime Minister. If there is some local political leader, he is also same as Prime Minister. Like he is same as the king. Everybody is same as the king. So it is like that. For him, everybody is the same. So, but it's still ignorance. Okay, it's not correct. Now here, interesting. What is the thing? Okay, here Krishna is saying, with a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Actually, Krishna doesn't need anybody's help. I'll tell you one story, you'll understand that, okay? So, this is a story from Ramayana. So, Lord Ramchandra, what happened was, Surpanaka comes, and then she asks Lord Ramachandra, she gets attracted to Rama, because Rama is so beautiful. Right? The Lord is the most beautiful person. That's what we discussed now. He's so beautiful. So she proposes and says, I would like to marry you. And Lord Ramchandra jokingly says, you see, I have Ekapatni Vrata. I have only one wife. I've decided to be having only one wife. You can do one thing. My brother, okay, is not having his wife here. Okay, and he did not take any oath or vow that he will not marry anybody else. He's single now. Okay, he's free. Why don't you just go to Lakshmana? So he goes to Lakshmana, and then Lakshmana says, you see, I am in the capacity of a servant here. I'm a servant of Lord Ramchandra. And my duty is, I don't sleep in the night also, okay? 24/7, I have to pay vigil to Lord Ramchandra. I'm a servant. If you're going to marry me, I'm going to make you the servant also. You'll have to also stay 24 hours vigil. And I'll not be able to give you any attention. So it is better that you go and marry Lord Ramachandra. Marry Rama. That is better. Then she comes back to Rama. So some like that, jokingly, they are passing from one to another. And then Surpanaka becomes very impatient and just says that now, okay, the source of all of this problem is Sita. Because you said Eka Patni Vrata, this wife, right? I'll eat her now. I'll finish her. I'll devour her. She goes to attack Sita Devi. And then Lakshmana says, Lakshmana, stop her. So Lakshmana stops Surpanaka and cuts her nose and sends her away. So Surpanaka goes and tells to her brothers, Khara and Dushana. So Khara and Dushana, the brothers of Ravana also. So they bring a huge army of 14,000 warriors, okay? And they assemble now to fight. Now everybody, there's a huge tense situation that's going to happen, okay? Sita Devi is very worried what's going to happen now, right? Because 14,000 warriors and Khara and Dushana with all the chariots, everything, and here there's only Rama and Lakshmana, they don't even have a chariot. So Lord Ramachandra says, go inside, take Sita Devi inside. Okay, I'll deal with it. And Lord Ramachandra single-handedly starts to fight with all of them. And all the 14,000 warriors are trying to fight at the same time with Lord Ramachandra. And he counters all of their weapons and defeats all of them and kills all of them in a superhuman feat. It's unimaginable. You can only imagine that. See how he killed. One person is enough. Lord Rama is enough. The similar thing happens in the Yuddha Kanda also. When Lord Ramachandra starts fighting, the Sugriva suddenly starts to wonder, why did Lord Ramachandra even take our help? That he could have done everything by himself, but still he has asked me for some help, as if I'm thinking I've given my army, my monkeys are helping. There's no need. Okay, he's single-handedly, he can completely defeat the entire army of Ravana, and he killed Ravana. He killed, single-handedly killed. There's no need of Lakshmana also. No need of Hanuman also. So that's Krishna, he can do anything. Okay, the universe is being maintained by him. So what he does is, he delegates his activities to the demigods. Okay, his representatives, you can say, or his agents. You can say that demigods are the agents who are running this universe. Krishna can do everything by himself, but he doesn't want to do it, okay? Because he doesn't want to enter into this some of the material activities. So he delegates all of this to the demigods, and the demigods are doing these activities. So this clarity we should have. We should not think that the agents of Krishna are equal to Krishna. Don't think like that. Okay, they are just, Krishna is delegated to them. He has empowered them, and Krishna himself is his Gunavatara is Brahma and Shiva. Is Gunavataras. And Krishna is the Antaryami, who is a sustaining force within all the demigods. Every demigod also has Paramatma within their heart. They are sustained because of Paramatma. Even the demigods are sustained because of Paramatma. If there is no Paramatma, there cannot be anybody or anything in this universe. So we have to understand there's nobody equal to Krishna. But here Prabhupada is writing something interesting, okay? There is a mission that regularly propagates that worship of any demigod will lead one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or Supreme Goal. Okay. So, do you know what mission is that? Anybody? There's a mission. Think about it. There's a mission that regularly propagates that worship of any demigods will lead one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. I purposefully muted you. Okay, it's enough if you understand which mission it is talking about. We don't need to publicly speak about that mission. I hope you got it. Okay, there is a mission particularly who is spreading this false information, and everybody is happily buying it as knowledge. They think that this is knowledge, and ISKCON devotees are in ignorance. But Bhagavad Gita is supporting the opposite theory, that everything is coming from Krishna's energy. Worshipping the demigods is thoroughly discouraged here. In Bhagavad Gita, it's a very coherent philosophy. Krishna is explaining that devatas or demigods are the agents of Krishna for the purpose of material creation, destruction, maintenance, and other activities. Okay? And the worship of demigods is partial. The result is temporary, Krishna says. The result of worshipping the demigods is temporary, and the result of worshipping the demigods is given by Krishna himself. The faith to worship the demigods is given by Krishna himself. But Krishna very specifically labels people who are worshipping the demigods as Hritagnyana, not having proper knowledge, improper knowledge. And he says this worship of the demigods is indirect worship. And he says avidhi purvaka. He says it is an indirect and a wrongly done service to him. How many of you would like to do wrong service to God? If you want to serve somebody, you should serve it in the right way, isn't it? Now, for example, let us say you want to serve somebody, okay? There is some guest at your home. And that guest tells you that, this is the process of my eating food. That first I start with this, and at the end I need buttermilk, okay? Or I'll eat curd, something like that. But let us say you do the opposite. You give the buttermilk and you flip it. You expect the person to be happy. I mean, the person may not be happy with your service because you're not properly serving. You're not serving the way that the person is asking you to serve. Can you please do it this way? It was very clear instruction, but you did the opposite. This is not service. This is avidhi purvaka seva. You're doing wrong service to the Lord. It's like, you want to serve your stomach. You want to put food inside your mouth. But the instruction told to you was, please put food in the mouth. But instead of putting in the mouth, I put it in the nose. That's called avidhi purvaka. You can eat through the nose, yes. But it's not going to be very comfortable, is it? Am I right? So that is called avidhi purvaka. So that's what Krishna says. We have to understand this, okay? Let's understand this, that there is nobody greater than Krishna. He is the origin. Origin, there can be only one origin. Tell me something, can a tree have two seeds? I mean, can a tree have two seeds? There is a tree, there is a seed. It's such a simple analogy. The tree came from the seed. Everything came from Krishna. Now, how are you saying that everything is a seed? Does it make any sense at all? If you say that, no, everything is the seed. What is this nonsense? Are you all understanding what I'm saying, devotees? Hare Krishna? Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji, we are understanding.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So, and oftentimes people say, no, the Tribhutis are the same. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are the same. See, they are the same in purpose. They are same. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are same in the purpose because they are the Gunavataras of Krishna. But in the same Padma Purana, it is said that one who considers the Krishna in the same category with even Brahma or Shiva, he becomes an atheist. If we consider Krishna equal to Brahma, Krishna equal to Shiva, he is considered to be an atheist. Atheist means he does not believe in Krishna, does not believe in existence of God at all. He's an atheist, Pashandi, that's it. He's not considered as a religious person at all. That's the philosophy of Padma Purana. So this is how we have to understand, okay? So when Krishna has explained all of this here, why did he explain all of these opulences? So that we can understand without doubt the position of Krishna and fix our mind on the worship of that root of the tree, that seed of the tree. Without deviation, let's not deviate our attention to anything or anybody in this universe, including the demigods and the greatest of the demigods also. We should not deviate our attention. You may be asking, why is it so fanatic? It's not fanatic, it is pure devotional service. Just like Ganga, the river Ganges, the example is given as the river Ganges. The river Ganges originates from Gangotri and it flows towards where? Where does it flow towards? What is its flow towards? Can anybody say what is its end destination point?
Bengal.
Huh?
Ocean.
Ocean. Bay of Bengal.
Hey, Bengal, sir. Correct.
Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal. Now tell me something. Does Ganga stop? Does it stop anywhere? Does it take a break? Does Ganga take a break anywhere in its journey towards this ocean? No. Does it take a detour? That means, okay, for the last 50,000 years, Ganga has been flowing to Bay of Bengal. Now I'm bored of Bay of Bengal. Let me go to the Arabian Sea now. Does that happen with Ganga? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no, devotees? Sorry.
No, Prabhuji.
It is only going towards the ocean, towards the Bay. Yata Gangambodau. The example given is just like, Kunti Devi saying, let my mind be only fixed upon your lotus feet, just like how Ganges wants to only go and meet ocean. Let my destination be just like that. Vrittasura says, just like a chaste woman is thinking about her husband returning from the long journey, just like the birds, small birds in the nest waiting for their parents, I am waiting for the Supreme Personality of God. This is called a chaste woman looking for her husband. It is like that. It's as good as that. There's no deviation. It's not that Ganga is today thinking, okay, let me go. Okay, today is the season of Bay of Bengal. Let me go to Bay of Bengal. Oh, no. Now is the season of something else. Let me go to the Arabian Sea. This is not pure devotional service, devotees. This is not going to give us liberation. Krishna said, Mam chayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitya brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The word he has used is avyabhicharena bhakti. Vyabhicharini bhakti means deviant devotional service. Seasonal devotional service. That based on my sentiment, based on the season, I will change my worship. That is called Vyabhicharini bhakti. But Krishna says, if you want to cross the three modes of material nature, Mam chayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitya brahma bhuyaya kalpate. This is an instruction. It is a direct command by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the spiritual master. Now it is left to us. Just like Krishna has given an instruction very clearly to Arjuna, you should surrender to me. Now it's left to Arjuna. Krishna says at the end, Yatechasi tata kuru. Okay, you can do whatever you want. This is my instruction. I told you what's the best for you. And after he says that, because Krishna doesn't force anybody. There's no force. Okay, because love cannot be forced. But he also informs and warns Krishna. Krishna also warns Arjuna at the end. He says, yeah, you can do whatever you want. See, I've given you all the knowledge. See, this is the 18th chapter. Okay, I'm going towards the end. And he's going to be concluding now. Okay, we are in the verse number 54, 56. And then he's saying now, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. This is the warning Krishna gives to Arjuna. Okay, you can continue doing whatever you think is correct, whatever your family priest has said. You can continue doing all of that. But please remember, if you continue doing such things, not working in the Krishna consciousness, not listening to the instructions of Krishna, by acting through false ego, not disregarding Krishna's and spiritual master instruction, Krishna says you will be lost. If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. Like that, Krishna is telling. Because you are my dear friend, I'm speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me. It is for your benefit. Such nicely Krishna is telling. I'm telling it for your benefit, for your instruction. Please follow what I'm saying. Krishna is requesting. But still, if we act out of false ego, then, it's like, who can help? Who can help? Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homages unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you, because you are my very dear friend. Every living entity is a very dear friend to Krishna. All we have to do is these 4 things. Always think of Krishna, become Krishna's devotee, worship him, and offer our homages to Krishna. And what next? Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Now, the so-called religions that we have created, the so-called religious principles we may be having, which our family priest, etc., whatever may be saying, or the so-called speakers or the wise people you are telling, Krishna is saying, just throw it in the dustbin. Sarva dharman parityajya. Abandon all of that and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. But when we say this to some people who are not ready for it, it comes the opposite reaction. Okay, for example, when you give a medicine, sometimes it gives an opposite action for some people, because this confidential knowledge is not supposed to be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service. Definitely not to people envious of Krishna. It's not to be explained to people who are envious of Krishna, because the reaction will be the opposite. When we try to tell confidential knowledge, surrender everything to Krishna, stop doing whatever you're doing and just worship Krishna, they don't take it in the positive spirit, because they've not read the Gita, they've not chanted Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, they've not served the Vaishnavas, they don't have any punya. We say Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Chayate. What's the meaning of that? We say this mantra before eating food. Mahaprasade Govinde means, the faith in the Mahaprasad, the remnants of the Lord. Govinde, faith in Supreme Lord Krishna. Nama Brahmani Vaishnave, to have the faith in the holy names of Krishna, to have faith in Vaishnavas. Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate. A person without any pious activities in his bank account of karma, he will not have faith in any one of this. Neither will have faith in Mahaprasad, remnants of the Lord, nor in Lord Krishna, nor in the holy names of Krishna, nor in devotees, because he's Svalpa Punyavatam. He has very little pious credit. He's a papatma, sinful person. He is envious, abhakta, envious person. That's it. So that's it. But still, we are doing a thankless job. Okay, we have to do the thankless job. People don't appreciate. We have to do the thankless job. We have to say what is right, what is wrong. We cannot be hiding things and just say everything is just the same. As Krishna said, you cannot hide it. You cannot hide the sun. Just like, if, for example, if I try to hide the sun, Bhagavad Gita is like the sun. Okay. Sun is self-effulgent. There's so much of light coming out of it. I can't take my blanket and try to cover the sun and say, no. Krishna did not say worship him. Krishna said worship anybody. It's not possible. How can I cover the sun with a blanket? How can I cover a sun with temporary clouds? I mean, the clouds also are temporary. You can't stop this philosophy from being said very clearly. It's very clear, okay? You cannot stop it. But still, the non-devotees, they will do their best to, confuse the innocent people. And innocent people continue to fall to that trap and accept it. Yeah, it's fine. They continue to make so many interpretations and word jugglery and ultimately become bewildered. So they will lose their track away from Krishna. Where the Ganga river was supposed to go into the ocean, it will go somewhere else. We don't know where it will go. Ganga river was supposed to go to the Bay of Bengal. It will come down somewhere else to the south, to Kanyakumari. Something like that. We don't want that to happen, right? Okay. So this was about the 10th chapter, devotees. It was about the opulences of Krishna. It's a very beautiful chapter. I mean, in any interpretation, in any ways, if you read it, there's no possibility that we can not understand it. It is so clear. Do you all agree? I mean, should it be more clear than this to explain about Krishna? Can this be? Is there more to be said? Is this not enough? All these verses of Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna said here. Just see these verses, what we did in the last couple of days. Okay, we spent a lot of time, but I think it's worth it because this is an important chapter according to me. Okay, because it's establishing the supremacy of the Lord. So we should know that all the demigods, all the sages, they're all originating from Krishna. He's the source of everybody. He's unborn and beginningless. Don't fall to this false philosophies which are trying to say Krishna is a human being. He was born and he died. Show them this verse of Bhagavad Gita. And all the universes, all the living entities are originating from Krishna. We have to get factually convinced by this, because when we do that, we will start to engage in unalloyed devotional service. This is the proof. The proof that one has got convinced is that person will surrender to Krishna and completely have faith in Krishna. Okay, no more anything else, right? Krishna is a source of spiritual worlds, material worlds. Everybody is coming from him. Everything, all the universes are coming from him. And Krishna is explaining about the pure devotees. How the pure devotees are fully devoted to his service and constantly serving Krishna, constantly talking about him, and how Krishna reciprocates with that pure devotees by destroying their ignorance with the Jnana Deepa. And Arjuna, it's like, something happened to him suddenly, okay? It's like something burst inside his mind, okay? Suddenly he started saying this, okay? That, I'm 100% clear now. There's no doubt. There's not an iota of doubt that you are the Supreme Lord. You are the Supreme Personality of God, the ultimate, the purest, and the absolute truth. Already we have been told multiple times by the great sages, but now you yourself have confirmed this to me. And I completely accept this as the truth. Nobody can understand you personally, okay? Yeah, I'm coming to you, Praveen. Let's finish this. And you alone know yourself. Nobody can know you. Nobody can know you. But please tell me some of your opulences. I'm convinced, but please tell me some opulences. He's asking on our behalf, okay? Because a lot of people want to know about the impersonal expansions of Krishna. How do I think of you? What forms can I remember you? I want to hear more about your glorification. Krishna says, yeah, I can tell you, but I'm going to tell you only prominent things because it's unlimited. I can't finish it in a short time. And he starts to say all of this, that he is the super soul present in all the hearts of the living entities. So let us all remember, every human being, not only human being, every living entity, super soul is there within. So we have to be mindful of that. Okay. And he is the beginning, middle, and end. That means he is Brahma, he is Vishnu, he is Maheshwara, he is Krishna. And he's talking about different things, how he is the greatest of all people, and how he is the greatest of the generals, the chief priest, Bhrigu, banyan tree, how he is the chanting of the holy names, how he is the Omkara. He spoke about the churning of the milk ocean, how the Vajrayudha story, how is the Surabhi cow, how he is the Kandarpa, Anantashesha, Garuda among the birds, Prahlad Maharaj among the Daityas. And he's saying he's Rama, he's Ganga, he's the beginning and also the middle. And he's the Vedanta Sutras, he's the conclusive truth. He's Akara and he's inexhaustible time, and he's all devouring death also. And Samaveda, he's the splendid of the splendor, he's the victory, he's Krishna among the Varshneyas, among Pandavas he's Arjuna, among the sages he's Vyasa, and his punishment is the generating seed of everything. Nothing can exist without Krishna. So anything that is beautiful and glorious is a spark that comes from splendor. But what is the need of all of this? With a single fragment, he is pervading and supporting the entire universe. So this is Krishna. So this is Krishna consciousness. This is called Krishna consciousness. Okay, this is Krishna consciousness. If we can remain in the consciousness that we are in right now, at the time of death, then we will go back to home, back to Godhead. Okay? That's the idea of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, devotees? Hare Krishna. Praveen Prabhuya, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Namaskar.
Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, features perspective, what is the difference between Balram and Krishna, and how we should
Features.
be when we, do worship to Balram and Lord
Yeah.
Krishna?
Yeah, there's a very nice saying. It says that, Krishna is a served God. Balram is a serving God. Both are supreme personalities of Godhead. Both are supreme. But Krishna gets served. Balram likes to serve. Right? The Supreme Lord, Balaram wants to do the service of Krishna. Krishna is the served God. He likes to be served. So we have to understand, Balaram is the Supreme Lord, is Guru Tattva. If Balaram, Guru Tattva, Supreme Lord is a servant of Krishna, then who else is not a servant of Krishna? There's nobody equal to Balaram.
Very true, Prabhuji.
Then who else is not a servant of Krishna? If Balaram is a servant of Krishna.
Everybody.
Everybody is a servant of Krishna. We may not be knowing it because of Maya, because of illusion, but we forgot it. We are trying to remind ourselves, come back to our original constitutional position that I am this servant. I forgot. Let me remember now. We are revoking what we forgot. That's it.
One more, it's not question. Sometimes people do invite, let's say they are having Ganesh Puja, they are having Mahashivratri program or Navratra, for example. How we should reciprocate? Because there the only puja is Ganesh Puja, or let's say Mahashivratri, it's a Shivji Puja, or Navratra, it's a Durga Puja, for example.
So,
How we should...
Prabhu, the thing is, in Mayapur also there was Shivaratri celebration, okay? There was chanting of the names of Shiva and all of that happened in Mayapur also. A lot of devotees went to see Ruddha Shiva, the temple in Mayapur, etc. But no matter what, the consciousness is still that Shiva is the Gunavatara of Krishna. He is the Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. He is the pure devotee of Krishna. In that consciousness we are worshipping, isn't it?
Yes, please.
So in that consciousness, it is fine. Okay, we can worship like that. But oftentimes what happens in this demigod worship is that if you even closely observe the rituals and the mantras that are chanted, we try to glorify every demigod as a supreme Lord. So the problem is not in worshipping, the problem is in consciousness. It is actually taking us away from the supreme consciousness, Krishna consciousness. And the result of degrading our consciousness from Krishna consciousness to demigod consciousness is a very simple deviation of result. Instead of going back to Krishna, we will remain in the material world as a very opulent person. That's it. Now the choice is, do you want to go back to Krishna or you want to be an opulent person within the material world is the choice that we have to make. As simple as that. Okay. So it is said, also it is said in the Shastras, let me quote. It is said that it is better to stay with lions and tigers in a jungle than to be with the demigod worshippers. It's given in the Shastras, okay? I'm not making it up. Why is it said such a strong statement? I mean, it's better to take association of the tigers and lions than to stay with the demigod worshippers, because the demigod worshippers are more dangerous. The lion or the animal will just kill us. If we remember Krishna, we can go back to Godhead. But the demigod worshippers will thoroughly spread their faith to us that every demigod is equal, and they successfully derail us from Krishna consciousness, which will completely derail us from our mission of human form of life. And we'll end up in Devaloka instead of ending up in the Golok Vrindavan. Instead of going to that world where there is no return, we stay back in some Devaloka with lot of pleasures and things, and we'll come back and fall down again. It's like the path of the smoke. That's why it's better to be avoided. It's best to be avoided in such programs. If a serious devotee, if you ask my personal advice, I would say, please avoid.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, devotees? Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you very much, devotees. Hare Krishna. So stay with this feeling, okay? We are in some kind of consciousness. How many of you are able to feel that vibration? Krishna conscious vibration. So stay with that feeling, okay? Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Stay with that feeling. Don't let that go away. Okay, this is Krishna consciousness. Okay, so stay with that. So our idea is to maximize this. Yes, thank you. Maximize this as much as possible. Okay, and be able to extend it to all our lives. Right. So at least we'll stay with this feeling tonight. Okay, good night. Hare Krishna devotees. Stand out pranams.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.